Hey guys, it is Spooky Noodles, aka Nick Lodian. Yes, I've heard that my whole life. I'm here with a update. Not only a reading update, but a readathon update, or a read along, or reading challenge, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it, other than this is what we're doing, and if you want to join, you can join. I hope you join because the more the merrier. I would love to hear what you guys are reading for this Islands of Horror challenge. Um, I am going to be reading a bunch of books. And I'm just here to tell you right now, though, that it all starts May 1st and it ends July 1st. So you got 2 months to read the books. And the goal is to read 3 books, but I feel like a lot of you guys out there, that's not much of a challenge. Y'all probably will do that like in no time. But the books I'm reading are Island by Richard Lehman, Straker's Island by Steve Harris, and then the third one is up for debate. I'm not sure what the third book I'm going to be reading is. Probably T.M. Wright's Island, The Island, or whatever it's called. I don't know. I haven't really ordered a third book yet. So, I have Island by Richard Lehman, and I have Straker's Island by Steve Harris. So, those are 2 books me and Chester are gonna read. And yeah, I just wanted to update you guys because I don't think I actually set a start date or a end date in my Islands of Horror Read-A-Thon or read along or challenge. Again, I have no clue what I'm gonna call it. This month though is I was gonna dedicate it to science fiction, but I didn't realize how worn out I'm already of science fiction. I'm currently reading this awesome book, Soul Eater by Mike Resnick, and it's really good so far. I have 35 pages left, and Chester's review will be up in a few days. I probably will finish this tomorrow, but I'm giving myself 2 days. If I finish it tomorrow, that will be a surprise because, well, 35 is an average. My average is usually 20 pages a day, but I have been reading more than that lately. I've been reading 40 pages a day, so if the new average is in place, then I will probably finish this book tomorrow. And that means Chester's review will be up tomorrow. So yeah, I got a lot of cool things about Chester's reviews. I've made about like several intros, outros, pictures, so it's gonna be fun. Fun time. Chester's reviews are awesome. And if you wanted to know how the little guy is doing, the little guy is doing good. He has started to refuse to eat certain foods, so he's being really picky lately. But he is drinking water, and that's a good sign. So I'm sure he's fine. I just think he's picky. He has these pellets that he loves to eat. They're like a blend of bunch of fruits and grass, and he loves them. But if you give him too many, then he gets spoiled and he doesn't eat his regular food. So I'm trying to make sure he doesn't starve to death, but at the same time I'm trying to make sure he doesn't only eat the one food, because the one food is expensive, I was thinking about getting hibiscus flowers, I think that's what it's called, or cactus flowers, or cactus, or whatever, I don't know. Hibiscus flowers supposedly are like their favorite treat. I don't know, last time I bought hibiscus flowers, my tortoise did not eat them, but then again, he could have been picky at the time. But the thing about Chester is that, I don't know why I'm still holding this book up. Thing about Chester is that he can go off feed for like he hasn't ever done this, but he can go off feed for like a month and be fine. But he's never done it before, so I'm a little worried that this is it. This is him going off feed, and I'm always hesitant because I've lost one reptile to not eating It starved to death, and it was a really sad day because I had that gecko for like a good year, and it was my favorite pet of the world, and it passed away. But tortoises are much different than lizards. Lizards will go off feed and kill themselves, whereas tortoises usually don't do that, from my knowledge. They usually don't go off feed and kill themselves. So hopefully that's the case. Because I mean, I'm making a big deal out of nothing. I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. It's really nothing. He's probably just really wants those pellets, and he's refusing to eat the regular food for right now. But when he gets hungry, he'll eat. Trust me. He's Chester. Chester's just like that. But part of me can't help but be nervous, you know, because I've already lost one special pet to me, and I don't want to lose another. So, and Lula, by the way, is fine. She eats just like me. We just eat everything in sight. So, you know, we good. We out here, eating food. Yeah. But all I wanted to do was update you guys on the Islands of Horror Read-A-Thon. I don't know if it's really a read-a-thon, per se. I've gotten some, like, I think I got one person telling me that, a read-a-thon is something totally different. I think it was my sister that said a read-a-thon is something totally different, but, I don't know. I'm calling it a read-a-thon. It could be a reading challenge. If you want to say you're doing a reading challenge, go for it. If you want to say you're doing a read-along, go for it, because that makes sense too. But really, this is just read a book that has to do with an island of any sort. Like, do a resort. If you have a book about a cruise, just make sure they end up on an island somehow. This is the Islands of Horror, and there's a bunch of island horror out there. There's Brian Keene's Castaways. There's the books I've mentioned before, like The Troop by Nick Cutter, Steve Harris's Straker's Island, Island by Richard Lehman, T.M. Wright's The Island. There's just a bunch of them out there. It's like a subgenre of horror. So yeah, go for it. Go look for some books. I have another one that I got on my Kindle. So I might read that one as well. So I'm stacked with books about islands. So I can't wait to get to them. But that all starts in May, and as you know, it's April. It's April 3rd, so we still got a whole month to go, really. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope it's gonna be fun for you guys. Because I know it's gonna be fun for me, and Chester, of course. Chester's I already made the pictures for the Islands of Horror the Islands of Horror book reviews. So I'm very excited about that. Today was just me making a bunch of goofy stuff with Chester. As soon as I get a new phone, you will be seeing way more videos of Chester. And I hope that's okay with you guys. I know it's like weird that all of a sudden I'm like all about Chester on YouTube, but this is how I am in kind of real life. I love my tortoise and I love my dog, and I just like to make videos with Chester as much as I can. He doesn't like to be handled that much. If you have him when he's uncomfortable, he will nibble you. His nibbles don't hurt though. He has a really weak beak. He's supposed to get bigger, but he's not supposed to get that much bigger. Like the palm of my hand. I got a big palm, by the way, but from here to here, he's supposed to get, and probably that's wide too. He's supposed to get that big, but like I said, he lives up to 50 years, so he's got a long time to grow into that, I want to say form, like it's like some kind of like Super Saiyan or something, like he's going to reach his Super Saiyan 2 or something. It's going to be a funny video. I should do that, make him go Super Saiyan in a video. Anyways, I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, this is just an update for the Read-A-Thon. I hope you guys will join me in reading Island Horror. I think it's a really cool subgenre that I really want to get my claws into. I haven't personally read a subgenre or the subgenre yet. I'm going to, and I'm gonna enjoy it, I hope, because I want to check out Brian Keene's Castaways, even though I know my friend doesn't like Brian Keene, but then I have another friend on YouTube that does like Brian Keene's Castaways, so it's one of those, like, I'm really curious about it, and I can't help but be curious, so I'm probably going to read it, and find out for myself if it's good or not. I did read Ghoul by Brian Keene, and thought it was so-so. It just felt like you're, like, I don't know, it did nothing special about it. It just seemed like your average coming-of-age story. But I'm kind of going on a tangent, or not a tangent, but I'm rambling at this point. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've been dying to make videos, and I've had no content to make videos with, so yeah, sorry about all the videos lately. I know that you guys want reviews, and I promise reviews are coming. I'm trying to do one audiobook and one physical book at the same time, but I'm having trouble finding an audiobook to listen to, because every audiobook I seem to play puts me to sleep for some reason. So I'm trying my best to pick out a audiobook that's just gonna entertain me. And the Dog Walker was really good, and I haven't been able to find one par to that. It doesn't even need to be par to that, it just needs to be, you know, like, decent. So, like, right now I'm listening to, The Siberian Incident by Greg Beck, and, yeah, it should be good. I listened to a sample, and it didn't put me to sleep, so, but I did go to sleep when I was listening to it. I, like, woke up, and I was, like, 20 minutes into the audiobook. I'm like, what happened? So I refreshed it, I rewound it, and we'll see how I like it after that. I think I need to get more shorter audiobooks, but I have no more credits, and I can't return any credits because I've returned as many credits as I can, so just gotta read the audiobooks I have, or listen to the audiobooks I have, and I have quite a bit, so, like Nosferatu I have to read, or listen to. I keep saying read, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find my shorter audiobooks, like, I'm trying to go from shortest to longest, because I want to really get you guys reviews, so, and I'm not the fastest reader, or listener, so, and especially since my phone is not working, I can't go out for walks and listen to my audiobook anymore, so that's unfortunate. So the only time I have to listen to audiobooks is, like, when I'm going to sleep, and I try to, like, right before I actually fall asleep, pause the audiobook and then go to sleep, you know, like, when I'm feeling tired, I try to hit that off button so I don't, like, miss anything. But yeah, I'm trying The Siberian Incident by Greg Beck, audio-wise. I'm almost done with Mike Resnick's Soul Eater, or The Soul Eater. I don't know when I'm going to read after that. I got a pile of books that I've started and not finished, so I'm definitely going to touch those. I do that all the time. I touch them a little bit and see if I can get back into them, and if I can't get back into them, I just put them back in the pile. I got Prank Night by David Robbins, I think it is. Then I got Father's Little Helper by Ronald Kelly. I have Kathy Koja's Bad Brains. There's another book in that stack, and I can't remember what it is. Then I have Where the Gods Sleep by Mike Duke. So, yeah. It should be, I don't know. There's just some books there that I need to finish, and I started them, but I just haven't finished them yet. So I'm gonna finish them, because you don't realize that I've read a lot this year. I know my reading challenge doesn't show it. It's like, I think I have 12 books read this year so far, but I've started a lot and haven't finished a lot, so take that with a grain of salt, I guess. Just know that I'm halfway through a bunch of books, and it just seems like I don't know, Bad Brains was good for like 200 pages, and now I'm like 25 pages after that, and I can't get into it. Ronald Kelly, there's nothing wrong with Ronald Kelly's book. I just haven't been in the mood to read that kind of book. And then David Robbins' Prank Night, I haven't tried to pick that up since like last year. I started it on Halloween of last year, and then I read a bunch of it. Then I put the book down because I just wanted a different book. I didn't want, it wasn't nothing wrong with the book. I wanted to read a coming-of-age story, so I put the book down, read a coming-of-age story. And then I forgot about it. And now I just picked it up out of my book stack and put it into the pile, the TBR pile, and yeah, that's probably the next book I'm going to pick up after The Soul Eater by Mike Resnick. If I don't decide to do another science fiction book, that is. Because there's a few science fiction books on my to-read list. And honestly, there's trying to read, I can't read the cover. There's one that just sounds really interesting to me, and part of the Galactic Comedy trilogy, which I don't think actually is a trilogy. I think they just have like continuous things in it. Like there's like Mike Resnick, I think, built this like universe, and there's like stories all across the universe, and it all happens on like the same plane, but different characters every single time with different plots. So I don't know if the Galactic Comedy trilogy is like a actual trilogy, or if it's like just similar like planets involved and it just smack them together to make a trilogy. I don't know. All I know is the first book sounds very interesting, and I haven't read. I own the other two books, but I won't read the backs. So I'm going to probably maybe read another science fiction book after this, but like I said, I'm a little science fiction out. Excuse me. Because right now I'm reading The Soul Eater. It's only 150 pages long, and I'm starting to get burnt out on all the science fiction, because the one thing I like about horror is that they don't delve into like world building. And by what I mean by that is like they talk forever about components of the ship, or they talk about the planet and its civilization. It's like we don't need to know this. This is just facts that you'll get, and then they leave the world and they never come back. And it's like, why did we just spend like 6 pages learning about this planet when we're not coming back to it? And there wasn't much to it in the first place. Like, you stopped for gas at this planet, you went into detail about this planet, then you left the planet once you're finished getting gas. It's like that's my only beef with this book, is sometimes, and it's the book's fault. It's just that I think all science fiction books are like this. They go on. I keep wanting to say tangent, but there's another word that I want to use. But they keep going and going on the same, like, he stopped at like 3 different planets and he's described the civilizations and everything on each planet, and then he leaves. Like, mostly he just stops for gas. And it's like, why did we just spend 6 pages reading about this? But, it's my only beef. There's not much beef with this book, because I love this book right now. I have 35 pages left, and part of me is like, I really want to finish it, and the other part of me is like, I don't want to finish it because it's really good. I don't want to give any spoilers because I already have written half of the review and saved it. So as soon as I finish the ending, I will complete the review and I will share it with you. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I didn't plan on talking this long, but I ended up talking this long for like 20 minutes. So yeah. I'm sorry I didn't bring out Chester. He's I think he's sleeping. He hasn't been running around the cage like he usually does, so I don't know why he hasn't been so active lately. I think he's just being, like, he's just more sleepy, and I don't know why he's more sleepy. He's drinking water, so he's fine there, I'm going to clean his cage soon, and maybe a change of soil, or not soil, but wood chips, or whatever what's the word? I forget what the word is. But whatever their stuff is inside the cage, I have more of it, so I'm gonna clean his cage and see if that helps. Maybe give him a bath, and I don't mean like a literal bath, because like tortoises can't swim. But I usually like get a little bowl of water and fill it out like just a little bit, so he can like just walk around in the bowl, and that's supposed to help the respiratory system. So maybe he's just gotta poop or something. I don't know, but we will see. Chester reviews will continue, and I will be pumping out a Chester review probably tomorrow, maybe the next day. So see it on either Saturday or Sunday. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you have a spooky night. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Now I am become